Good morning, teachers. Today, I wanted to share with you the top 5 tips that I have learned to make my virtual classroom a little bit more pizzazzy, fun, cringy, I don't know, but definitely a better place for students to come into each and every day. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 1 is Unscreen.com. This is where you can go and create a GIF. A GIF? A GIF? I'm not for sure how to pronounce it. You know, the GIF stuff where you see stuff moving around in your Google Slides. So let me show you how that kind of works. Okay, you're gonna go to unscreen.com/upload, and it's going to allow you to upload a clip. And so I made all my clips with Boomerang and Instagram, and then I just downloaded them to my phone and then brought them to my computer. So that's how I did it. Now, this isn't a perfect website. It's not gonna always do exactly what you want it to be doing, and just to have you in the photo, because sometimes it will take in some of the background, and I found that if I tried to wave, it would cut off my hand. So you just have to play with it a little bit for it to work how you want it to work. But it's a lot of fun, and it's pretty cool to see your teacher on their Meet the Teacher site or on a presentation you're doing, and you can easily add this to Google Slides. Okay, once it's done, you can download it to your computer. I save it to my desktop so it'll be easy to find. And then I can go back to my Google Slides where I need the particular image. And then I just drag and drop the picture to it, or I can go to insert and insert a picture. So insert image, upload from computer. I saved it to my desktop to make it easy, open, and there my students can actually see what their teacher looks like. Not the Bitmoji version, but the real version. So that's actually pretty cool. I kind of love it. Number 2 is the Bitmoji Chrome extension. Now, if you were me, you definitely got a little head of the crowd with the Bitmojis, and you just kind of fell in love with them like I did, but I didn't really know how to get it from my phone to my computer. And so I was emailing them to myself and then having to save them on my computer and then put them in the documents that I wanted. But when I found out that you could get a Bitmoji Chrome extension, I immediately got it, and it made my life a whole lot easier. And the second little hint with Bitmoji, if you type in pose in the search bar, it will come up with a whole bunch of different Bitmojis where you're just standing there in different poses. And so it's easier to find the one that you need for the particular slide. Now, the Bitmoji Chrome extension is easy to find. Just Google it, Bitmoji Chrome extension, and it will just pop up, and you'll be able to add it to Google Chrome. So if you're using Google Chrome, then you can use this extension and have Bitmojis literally at your fingertips, which is pretty cool. Okay, number 3. This is getting so exciting. Now, I know these tips are just like itty bitty, but once you know them, it can make all of your stuff a little bit more exciting. So number 3 is gonna be the green screen. I don't know how many years I saw teachers have their students do reports, and behind them would be the city or the state or the architecture of what they're talking about. And I was like, oh, that looks so cool, but that seems so hard. And so it wasn't until now that I tried the green screen. So the first thing I did was to go to Amazon and search green screen, and they were like $50, $100, $200 for a green screen. And so I was like, how can I solve my problem? So I went to Walmart and I bought the tablecloth, a green one, and that's what I use. So $1 tablecloth, and I usually get 2 of them. Well, I actually buy the package of 2, which is $1.50. And it makes a great green screen. The green screen has allowed me to make my instructional videos a little bit more pizzazzy. And of course, it also allows me the opportunity to take my students on virtual field trips, like the Hoover Dam. The green screen is pretty awesome.
Okay, number four. A game changer for me was knowing that I could change my Google slide to a different size. So I could create a 16:4 Google slide that would serve as the header for the top of the Google form and the header of your Google Classroom. So you could really customize them and make them perfect for your classroom.
Now it's real easy to do that by going to File and then Page Setup and then typing in 16:4 inches. There is a more specific numbers like 16.62 or something like that. But for me, it's easy to remember 16:4 and it fits pretty perfectly. You can go into the Google form, you can change the background, you can change what you want it to say, or it doesn't have to say anything at all. It's all up to you and what design you want to present for your students. And since it's a Google form, it'll probably be a quiz, so I'm going to put do your best work. And then I might even add a Bitmoji to it with my Bitmoji Chrome extension that I love. Let's see, good job, good job, good job. Good stuff, that will work. So hopefully this can encourage my students to do their best work on their assignment in the Google form. Now this works the same way for Google Classroom. So if you want to, just personalize the classroom for your particular students, you can do so by creating a header for your classroom in this way as well. Now remember, the Google Classroom header is always going to have the little darker tone over the top of it, so it's not going to be vibrant, but I still think it's better than what the options they have for you on Google Classroom, and it's just kind of cool to make it your own. Now when doing this, you're going to have to go to File and you're going to have to save as a PNG because you need it as a picture, because you'll be uploading a picture or an image into your Google form. So that's what I'm doing now, going to File, going to Download, going to PNG. And then I'm just going to save it to my desktop because that makes it easier to find when I need it. And then I can open up a Google form. I can go to change image. I can upload the image that we just created. And hopefully it'll be better than this one. I just hurriedly made it. And then your Google form is awesome and is ready for the questions that you have in mind for your students.
Number 5. Oops, I keep going like this. Just number 5. Number 5 is my Talking Pet app. This really was a lot of fun for me and my students when they were able to meet my dogs, Louie and Dixie, and they were able to have conversations within my videos, with my instructional videos and our Monday messages. They were able to meet my dogs and hear them as well. Isn't that right, Dixie?
We had a lot of fun, Mom.
And Louie, you had a lot of fun too, didn't you?
I did. Your students were great.
I loved this app. It did cost about $35 for the whole year, but I'm good until May, so I'm excited about using this app again in my virtual classroom for the 2021 school year. I know we are preparing for back to school, and I hope that those 5 different resources bring you a lot of joy and excitement into what you can bring into your classroom and how you can make it a little bit more fun for your students. Just the other day when I was setting up my classroom for the new school year, I came across this. And if you can see, this, with my maiden name on it, because I was only in the 6th grade when I got it, is a certificate I got for participating in the Name the Space Shuttle contest. And this was back in 1988, so a long time ago. And I remember staying after school, working on the project. We created a newspaper, and I remember the space shuttles had to be named after old ships, and Adventure was the name of one of Captain Cook's ships. And so that's what our report was about. And I had a math and science teacher who stayed after school with us to make sure that we accomplished that. And we got really excited about NASA. We built rockets that year, which was a lot of fun. And it's something that stayed with me. Because back in the day when you didn't have email and cell phones and websites to look at, you could actually write NASA a letter, which I did quite often, and said, hey, I love Saturn. Can you send me pictures of Saturn? And NASA would send you a big pack of pictures of the different planets and of space in general, and it was pretty awesome. And it grew my love of science. Now, back in the 6th grade, I didn't know that I would one day be a science teacher, but the extra effort of a teacher who stayed after school with us, who went above and beyond helping us build rockets, it put me on a trajectory, a path, leading to where I am now as a teacher, a science teacher in an intermediate school. And I think that's pretty awesome that I still have this and that I can tell the story of this to all of my students. You never know what influence you're going to have on your students in your classroom. And this is just a reminder to me of how I can share my love of science with my students. I hope that with these 5 different resources, you can share your love of education with your students. Until next time.